Most people assume that if you try to do the right thing, your life will eventually get better. That if you're honest, kind, and willing to help others, things will somehow work out in the end. It's a comforting idea. But Daredevil Season 1 challenged that belief. Instead, it asks a different question. What if doing the right thing doesn't make your life easier? What if it actually makes it harder? The story takes place in Hell's Kitchen, a city drowning in corruption. Criminals control the streets, powerful people manipulate the system, and for most ordinary people, justice feels impossible to reach. At the center of it all is Matt Murdock. By day, he's a lawyer trying to defend people who can't defend themselves. By night, he becomes Daredevil, someone willing to step in when the system fails. But what makes the show interesting isn't the fact that Matt Murdock wears a mask. It's what that choice costs him. Throughout the season, Matt Murdock constantly pays a price for trying to do what he believes is right. He gets beaten down, he gets injured, he pushes himself far beyond what any normal person should be able to handle. And despite all of that, he keeps going. Not because it's easy, not because he's guaranteed to win, but because he believes someone has to do something. However, at the same time, his personal life starts to fall apart. His best friend Foggy begins to question what he's doing. Not because Foggy is against justice, but because he can see that Matt Murdock is becoming consumed by it. And the more Matt commits himself to helping others, the more isolated he becomes. He loses stability, he loses relationships, he loses pieces of a normal life. What's interesting is that Matt Murdock does almost everything we've taught is right, and his life gets worse because of it. Not better, worse. He isn't rewarded, he isn't celebrated. Most of the time, nobody even knows what he's sacrificing. And that's the idea the show keeps coming back to. Doing the right thing doesn't guarantee success. It doesn't guarantee recognition. It doesn't guarantee peace. Sometimes it just means carrying a weight that nobody else can see. And honestly, that's the part that stuck with me. Growing up, I thought doing the right thing would make life simpler. I thought being kind would automatically make people like you. I thought making the responsible choice would always be respected. But real life doesn't always work that way. Sometimes doing the right thing means disappointing people. Sometimes it means standing by a decision nobody understands. Sometimes it means being judged for reasons you never expected. And sometimes it means accepting a burden that nobody else wants to carry on. And so, Daredevil doesn't pretend those sacrifices are easy. It doesn't tell you that suffering automatically makes someone a hero. It simply shows the cost of a commitment, the cost of refusing to abandon what you believe is right. And then it leaves you to decide whether the cost is worth paying. At the end of the day, Daredevil isn't really about superheroes. It's about a person trying to stay good in a world that doesn't consistently reward goodness. And that's why the story works, because almost everyone eventually faces that same choice. When doing the right thing starts costing you something, how much are you actually willing to carry? If that question interests you, Daredevil Season 1 explores it far better than I ever could. And if you enjoy videos about stories, life lessons, and the ideas behind great shows, entertainment, consider subscribing so you don't miss the next one. Until then, peace and love.